Hey everyone. Good evening everyone. My name's Bec Bennett and I'm lucky enough to be one of the track and field scholarship recipients here at Western Washington University. And before I say much more, I want to start off just by saying a massive heartfelt thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up, not just for us as athletes, but also for the stories that come alongside us. Because behind every scholarship and every race and every record and every title, there's a story that you can't see in a stat sheet. And tonight I'd like to share mine. So now I didn't exactly have the typical pathway into track and field. Growing up, I played just about every sport under the sun, whether it was surfing, hockey, footy, water polo. I even secured my place in Australia's national youth soccer team. But as it goes, jack of all trades and master of none. So I decided to hone in my time and focus my time in on my single passion, skipping. So not exactly what you'd expect from a track athlete, but for 5 years I was a professional jump roper. I competed all over the world at various junior Olympics and world championships. The sport was formerly called double Dutch, and I actually signed up thinking I was signing up to learn the language Dutch because I was a big fan of languages when I was younger, but ended up being jump rope, and I loved it all the same. Think gymnastics, but with a rope. Music, flips, tricks, the whole works. After qualifying for world champs in Sweden, I decided to put a pin in skipping though, and focus on my end of high school exams. But through an unexpected series of events and a chance encounter with a 400-metre coach who happened to see me run at a school carnival, he invited me to join his squad. Running wasn't something I'd ever really considered seriously, but I'm never one to say no to a possibility. I started at 17. By 18, I'd made my first national team. And at 20, I was competing for Australia on the international stage at World Relays and the World Championships in Doha. I balanced my track career alongside earning my doctoral degree in physiotherapy and running my own paediatric special needs therapy business back home in Australia. And then in 2020, just 5 years after lacing my spikes up for the first time, I qualified for the Tokyo Olympics. Cheers. It was the result of hard work, yes, but more than that. It was the product of loving what I did and chasing it with absolutely everything that I had. It was everything I'd worked for. Years of sacrifice, of relentless self-belief, of pushing myself to the edge and back again. The kind of thing you dream of as a kid, but you never really think is going to happen until it does. And for a moment, the world felt wide open. Everything seemed possible. My potential appeared absolutely limitless. But, as we all know, life can change in an instant. Just a few months after my spot was confirmed on the Australian Olympic team, I went on a sunrise bushwalk with my best mate, Annika. We'd been inseparable since we were children, more like sisters than friends. We'd travelled the world and we'd grown up together, both plagued with the desire to explore. And that morning was just another one, just on another adventure like we'd been on countless times before. As we made our way down a headland trail, we stopped at an old concrete World War II bunker to watch the sunrise spill out over the ocean. It was quiet, familiar, safe. But within a single moment, my world changed forever. The bunker collapsed, and a ton of concrete collapsed right onto Annika's head. I watched helplessly as Annika's life was violently taken from her. The weight of her lifeless body, the unbearable sight of her injuries, the desperate but futile CPR I performed for over 2 agonising hours, screaming for help that never came. Pleading down the phone to 911, alone, begging for a miracle, willing for her to breathe again, but she never did. There are no words for the kind of silence that follows a moment like that. Annika died that day, but the girl I was, and everything I'd been working towards, died alongside her as well. And what followed was some pretty dark years. PTSD absolutely consumed me. I couldn't feed myself, dress myself, shower myself, sleep, let alone train, let alone care about competing, or a race, or a future for that matter. I was forced to pull out of the Tokyo Olympics. And worse, I didn't even care. I extended the final year of my university degree over 3, dragging my feet through the sand to barely graduate. I was isolated, lost, and absolutely drowning. I gave up everything I had. None of it mattered. I closed my business, packed a backpack, and bought a one-way ticket out of Australia. No plan, no destination, just a desperate hope that somewhere a meaningful life might still exist for me. I solo travelled around the world for about 2 years, hiking through Europe, the Middle East, Asia, and North America. And then I found Western Washington University. I tell you this story not for sympathy, but so you can understand, and I mean truly understand, the gravity and the profound meaning behind the opportunity that Western has given me. By chance, I ended up in Bellingham. I didn't know anyone. I didn't have a connection, a lead, or a plan, but I had heard that there was an athletics program here. I wandered off the street, quite literally, and started asking around for a man by the name of Ben Stenslin. I had no idea who he was, only that someone had mentioned that he was the track director here. And here's the thing. Ben could have brushed me off. He could have said, no, sorry, we're full, or send an email, or maybe next season. But the thing is, he didn't. Ben sat me down and he listened to my story, not as a resume or as a list of race times, but as a human being. We talked for hours and he showed me around the campus and he told me about the family that he's built here at Western. And how, yes, track matters, but people matter more. I left that conversation believing for the first time in years that maybe I wasn't done yet. And in a move that most people would probably call reckless, I sold absolutely everything I owned back in Australia, packed a bag and headed on over here. And it was the single best decision I've ever made. I've been very lucky enough to travel all over the world, but I can tell you, hand on my heart, that there is something uniquely special about Western Washington University. There is something truly remarkable about the culture here, the warmth, the sense of community, the unwavering fellowship. Western gives back to its students in ways that I've never experienced before. They give us opportunities to chase our dreams, flying us around the country to compete, providing world-class resources, and surrounding us with support systems that lift us up both on and off the track. They don't ask us just to perform, they equip us to succeed. I'm currently pursuing my master's in mental health counselling and psychology, and after years of professional and personal setbacks, to be in such a supportive academic environment, one that challenges me, inspires me, and prepares me for the future, is something I will never take for granted. Western has given me a chance to expand my career in ways I never thought possible, giving me the platform to combine my physiotherapy degree with this master's education, where I hope to carve out a path in medical care where physical and psychological therapy meet as one, because healing doesn't happen in isolation. And that spirit of giving back, it's contagious here. I now work as a vocational counsellor at a legal consulting firm, as well as an employment consultant for a non-profit here in town, helping individuals with disabilities find meaningful work. And I'm proud to share that I've just facilitated direct partnership between my company and Western, creating an ongoing pipeline for our disabled clients to secure jobs right here on campus, with massive help from Chris. It's hard to believe that just a few years ago I was lost, with no plan or any sort of tangible future. And now, I seem to have built myself a lovely little life here in Bellingham. I've found belonging and purpose. I've found an identity and a vivacity for life that I'd feared I'd lost forever. I am a stronger, more compassionate, more grateful, more fearless woman than I've ever been before. And so much of that wouldn't have been possible without Western Washington. The track program gave me my fire back, and the academics here have given me back my future. This institution has given me the tools, the knowledge, and the confidence to chase my ambitions in all facets of life. Because what Western Washington has given me isn't just a scholarship. It isn't just an opportunity to compete. It isn't just a new country or a new team or a new chapter. It's a second chance at rebuilding a life that I know I deserve. And more than that, it's given me the chance to build a life that I know I will love. And every single piece of that was made possible by people like you. Because here's what I need you to know. Your donations aren't just numbers on a spreadsheet or trips to Carver or all the various things you guys are getting. They aren't just plane tickets to meets or textbooks or weight room upgrades. Your donations are the reason that a young woman like me could climb out of hell and find hope again. They are the reason an athlete can dream of more than just competing, but of reaching their full potential. They are the reason someone who was once drowning can now proudly say, I am absolutely in love with being alive again. Whether it's $10,000 or $10, the value of a scholarship isn't the dollar amount. It's the message that it sends. We see you, we believe in you, you matter. Receiving this scholarship didn't just help me financially. It redefined my sense of self-worth. It reignited my belief in community, and it gave me a new purpose, a new trajectory forward in life, bursting with ambition and potential. Western Washington University is so much more than a school, so much more than a track program. It's a family. And tonight, I'm asking you from the deepest, most honest part of my heart to come together as part of that family too, to be part of someone's second chance, because I'm living proof that it matters. Cheers.